What if I told you that you could sell puts on the stock that you want to buy long term? Even when the market is going crazy, going straight up, you can sell puts, earn a premium, and then buy the stock at a price that you want to buy it later on. Talking about how you can sell options, selling puts, to build a position in a stock that you want to buy and hold long term. Talking about my plan to start selling puts on a couple different stocks that I'm looking to buy here for long-term holds over the next few months. Gonna break it down here in this video how it works and how you can do it as well in this video. So make sure you guys stay tuned. What's going on, guys? Patrick here, and today I want to talk about how Warren Buffett sells puts on stocks that he wants to own long term. He earns a premium, and then he's able to buy the stock at a lower price if it does continue to go lower, and those options are exercised. Now, first off, if you don't know anything about options, there's calls and then there's puts. If you think a stock is going to go up in the future, you buy calls. If you think a stock is going to go down in the future, then you buy puts. But what if you sell options? Today we're going to be focused solely on selling puts and how it works and the idea behind selling puts on a stock that I want to own long term. Now, first off, the idea of selling options for income is easier than you might think. It's one of the few strategies where you can be wrong about the direction of the market and still win. Warren Buffett, one of the most successful investors of our time, actually uses this strategy to generate income. While this strategy is easy to understand and execute, you should obviously learn a lot about options before starting to do this. That's why I'm going to start out doing it small and learning as I go. I've traded options most by buying calls or buying puts, but I've never sold an option before. Now, talking about how Warren Buffett does this with a put selling strategy. Buffett made a huge amount of money back during the 2008 financial crisis using options to generate income. Instead of just buying a stock that he likes, that he thinks is undervalued, Buffett sells options when the stock is overvalued because he wants to buy into the stock long term, but he thinks that the price of the stock is overvalued at that certain point. Selling overvalued puts allows Buffett to rake in large premiums from his buyers. Buffett determines the value of an option based on implied volatility. Implied volatility obviously measures the amount of fear and greed priced into an option. All right, so let's break down how you can sell options with this Warren Buffett strategy to earn a premium, to earn income by selling options. We're going to use Apple as an example because it's just easy because everyone knows about Apple stock. Let's say that you're interested in buying shares of Apple. The price of Apple currently is, we'll say, $200. We'll say that the price of Apple is $222, and I would like to buy Apple at $180. Now, I don't want to buy it when it's $222. I want to buy it when it's $180. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sell a put with a strike price of $180 that expires in the future. If the price falls below $180, I'm totally fine with buying that stock at $180. If the price is above $180 when those options expire, I will keep the premium. So let's say that I'm able to sell those 180 strike options with a expiry that's close by. Let's say I can sell those weekly options for $12 a share. Now, if the price of Apple is above $180 by the end of that expiration, I will earn a premium of $12 per share, and that option will expire worthless. Now, if the price of Apple is below or at $180 by the end of that option expiration, then I'm on the hook to buy those shares at $180. So as long as Apple, for example, stays above $180 or rises in price, I am going to earn my premium either way. The only reason that I'm going to have to buy the shares at $180 is if the price reaches that expiry strike price. Now, let's say that the price of Apple is $180 when the strike price closes out, when the option expires. So that means it's going to expire in the money. At that point, I have to buy the Apple shares, 100 Apple shares at $180 per share. And my break-even price at that point is $168. So it's going to be the price of the stock at $180 minus the money that I made from the premium being $12. So my break-even price at that point is going to be $168. If the price of the option is above $168 at that time, then I will make money. So as long as I'm selling option contracts on a stock that I believe has value long term and I want to buy it to hold for the next 5 years, there's no real loss here other than the fact that, there's going to be some little difficulties with the premium sometimes. But in general, my goal is to build a position in this stock. So let's say I want to buy 100 shares. Obviously, I don't want to go and sell thousands and thousands of contracts if I'm not willing to buy those contracts at that price. So I've got to be careful about that. But in general, if I'm only selling, 1 or 2 contracts because I want to buy 100, 200 shares of that stock, I can afford to buy it, I have the capital, I have the equity, then it's a win-win either way. So here, the big deal is I'm selling a premium. My break-even price is going to be lower than the strike price, because if the strike price is $180 and that option closes in the money, I'm going to minus the premium. So let's say I got $12 per contract per share on that option for the premium. If at $12 minus $180, my break-even price on that stock at that point is $168. So as long as the price of Apple stays above $168, I'm in the green and I'm making money. So my goal for this is to, again, like I said, I want to be selling puts on a stock that I believe long-term has value, because at some point I'm going to be on the hook and I'm going to have to buy shares in that company, because those puts that I'm selling are, at some point, they're probably going to end up printing. If they don't print, well, then I just never get filled and I just keep earning a premium on that stock for months and years to come, however long I do it for. But in general, like I said, I'm looking to buy DraftKings stock. I want to buy DraftKings stock, so I'm able to sell those puts, make the money on the puts that I'm selling each week until I'm assigned the amount of shares that I want to buy. And then after the premium, everything works in, I'm going to be at my break-even price of whatever I figure out based on the price of the stock that I want to buy it at. So that's my goal going forward. Even though the market is at a really high price and I don't want to buy because I think a lot of these stocks are overvalued, what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to start selling puts, so that way I can earn a premium on a stock that I want to buy anyway. I want to buy DraftKings, but I don't want to pay this price that it's at right now, but I want to earn money, but I still want to buy it, so I'm going to sell puts to be able to earn a premium, while also being able to have the option to buy the stock if it gets to that point. And that's really what it comes down to, figuring out how to make a little bit of income while still being able to build a position in a stock that maybe you think is overvalued when the market is going straight up, when there's a lot of volatility. I'm going to look for opportunities to do this on a couple of different stocks, and I'll break down those stocks as this happens. But I just want to kind of talk about this overall strategy of selling puts and how it works, and the risks, the rewards, and all of that. So really, like I said, the biggest risk here is that you're going to be on the hook to buy those shares of that company, which, like I said, you want to buy those shares anyway. I want to build a position in DraftKings, so why not make a premium selling puts along the way until I get to my full position? And at that point, maybe there's still opportunity to still sell puts depending on the price of the stock. So there it is, the idea of selling puts, making money, and that's what it's all about. This actually came from a YouTube subscriber who left a comment with this idea. He's like, hey, if you think DraftKings is a buy, you want to buy it, well, why not sell puts until you're exercised, until you're filled, and assign shares at that point. So good idea. Big thanks to that YouTube commenter. I don't remember his name, but I'm sure you're watching this video. Again, what do you guys think about selling options, selling puts on a stock that you want to own long term? Do you think it's a good idea? Do you guys have any tips? Let me know down in the comments below.